Good afternoon. Here is the national news from our studio BGI TV, Babaka Gede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Mori Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. The North will determine Nigeria's next president, Frederick Nwabufo. Benin prison will use magical power to free Sunday Igboho Agbekoya. Police march Lagos Ibadan highway, kidnap syndicates, gang members flee. 1 killed, 4 others injured as Hijab protest turns bloody in Kwara. Lagos BIZMAN accuses police of abducting fiancee, brothers demanding 3 million naira. Man arraigned for beating policeman stealing 80,000 naira berets. Now the news in details. In Nigeria's politics, the North is indispensable, and it has always been. By the contrivance of kismet, the North has always held all the assets as a repository of political power since independence. In 1959 general election, the North showed its strength. The Northern People's Congress (NPC) won 134 seats in Parliament, the highest number of seats. Although it holds 1,922 votes, it entered into an entity with National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroon's NCNC, which won 81 parliamentary seats and polled so many thousands of two. Owing to the alliance, Tafawa Balewa emerged as Nigeria's first prime minister, while Nnamdi Azikiwe became Nigeria's first non-executive president. Action Group of Obafemi Awolowo's party won 73 seats in parliament and recorded 1,992,364 votes. Even at that time, there was the fear that the North, owing to its size and number, could rule in perpetuity, or if the principle of popular representation was exclusive, applied in selecting leaders. So it made sense that there was a modification to the rule such that one political party could not single-handed form a government. Coalition politics was devised to allay fears and attenuate the suspicion of ethnic domination. The introduction of the presidential system of government in 1979 changed the complexion of Nigeria's politics. Under the presidential system, it is winner takes it all, as one political party forms the government, while the loser retreats into opposition to throw a spanner in the works. Agbekoya Farmer Society of Nigeria has disclosed that it will deploy magical power to free the 10 Yoruba Nation agitator, Sunday Adeyemo, popularly referred to as Sunday Igboho, if the government of Benin Republic continue to hold him illegally. Speaking during a peaceful rally and State of the Nation in Osogbo, Osun State capital on Thursday, the association's president, Chief Kamaruddin Okikiola, said Igboho is not criminal, but a freedom fighter, and he is being held illegally through the influence of Nigerian governments on Benin Republic. Sunday Igboho is not a criminal, and we know he is being held illegally. Benin Republic government has stopped taking him to court, hence we demand that he should be released through legal means. If they refuse, we will use our magical power to get him out of the prison. I repeat, we at Agbekoya will get him out of Benin Republic detention and bring him back home, he said. On the Nigeria socio-economic situation, Okikiola called for a reversal to the 1960 constitution or restructure the country before the 2023 general elections, adding that without such step, the country will not progress, irrespective of who is elected as president. The police have arrested 33 suspected criminals, including members of different kidnapping gangs terrorizing motorists and travelers on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The suspected kidnappers, who were arrested by men of the Oyo State Police Command, included those operating at the Onigari section of the expressway, where some wedding guests were recently abducted. The Commissioner of Police, Ngozi Ono-Deko, who briefed journalists on Thursday, gave the names of some of the suspects as Aliu Umaru, Isiaka Ibrahim, and Tambaya Usman. The CP said, owing to the rising cases of kidnapping along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the ugly incidents of a case of kidnapping murder that happened at the Onigari section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on January 7, 2022, the Oyo State Police Command immediately swung into action through the swift deployment of intelligence and tactical assets. This led to the arrest of one Bashiru Abubakar alias Maku Maku, a member of kidnapping gang terrorizing the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on January 14, 2022, around 3:30 p.m. During interrogation, the arrested suspects mentioned Babuga Umaru, one Bellel, one Ibrahim, one Buyo, Abu Kosoko, one alias on top, and one Denliti, now at large, as the ones carried out the kidnapping operation that caused the death of one Oluwatosin Anwojawe, 45, at the Onegari area of Lagos Ibadan Expressway on January 7, 2022. One person was found killed and 4 others sustained varying degrees of injuries yesterday after a protest by Christian and Muslim parents of students of the Onyu Baptist High School in Igboho, Onyu local government area of Kwara State, over the use of hijab turned violent. It was gathered that the violence was triggered by the decision of the management of Onyu Baptist High School on January 17, 2022, that Muslim students should not wear hijab to the school again. Meanwhile, Kwara State government, through the Commissioner for Education and Human Development, Capital Development, Ajia Saadatu Modibo Kwawu, condemned the violence and appealed for calm, warning the violence was unacceptable. Arewa Voice gathered that opposing parents, Muslims and Christian students protested in the morning at the gate of the school, displaying placards to express their positions. But the protest suddenly turned violence after the opposing parents' confrontation and the sympathizers degenerated. Hoodlums took advantage of the situation and freely used dangerous weapons, during which one person was reportedly shot in the head and 4 others sustained severe injuries. It took the intervention of the anti-riot mobile police team drafted to restore peace in school to end the protest. The person that sustained gunshot in the head has been reported dead yesterday afternoon. It was a peaceful protest before it was hijacked by sympathizers and hoodlums, said a source. A businessman, N3m Olajide, has accused men of the intelligence response team, an arm of the Nigerian police force, of breaking into his house in the Alashe Ibe Lara area of Ikorodu, Lagos State, to kidnap his fiancée, Rukoyat, and 2 brothers, Murphy and Oluwaseun. Olajide also said a yet-to-be-identified neighbor was taken as he escaped the attack after hiding in the ceiling of his house. Punch Metro gathered that the businessman and his family members were sleeping at home when 5 armed men invaded the premises around 4 a.m. on Sunday. Upon entering the compound, the suspected policemen discovered that the apartment was locked. In a desperate attempt to enter, the corps, while calling out Olajide's name, reportedly used strong objects to hit the door and windows, damaging the property in the process. The Ekiti State Indigene told our correspondent that when their effort to enter the apartment failed, the men, who presented no ID card or search warrant, threatened to shoot through the damaged window. He said, at that point, we switched off the light in my apartment and I hid in the ceiling for fear of my life, since I was the person they wanted. We initially thought they were armed robbers as they were dressed in plain clothes but wore bulletproof. I watched them through a hole in the ceiling and saw as they used gadgets to shock my brother and fiancé. When they could not find me, they seized the phones of my fiancé, relatives, guests, and took them away alongside my neighbor. They also stole my laptop and power bank as they drove off in the Sienna vehicle. You are watching the national news from BGI TV. Before we call it a wrap, the last story that makes the headline. A 21-year-old man, Stephen Monday, has been arraigned before an Ebute Metta Magistrate Court, Lagos State, on charges of assault and theft. The defendant allegedly assaulted a policeman, Inspector Folorunso Lawal, while the court performed his duty at Otto Community, Ebute Metta. Monday was also accused of tearing Lawal's uniform in a 3-count charge bordering on assault, theft, and conduct likely to cause breach of public peace. The charges read that used Stephen Monday and others now at large on January 29, 2022, around 3:30 p.m. at G Express Auto Ebute Metta in the Lagos Magisterial District did assaulted one Inspector Folorunso Lawal while performing his legal duty by beating him and tearing his uniform, thereby committing an offense punishable under Section 173 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015. The magistrate, Mrs. F.F. George, granted the defendant bail and adjourned the case till February 7, 2022 for trial. That was the national news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. The North will determine Nigeria's next president, Frederick Nwabufo. We will use magical power to free Sunday Igboho Agrekoya. Police march Lagos Ibadan highway kidnap syndicate, gang members flee. 1 killed, 4 others injured as Hijab protest turns bloody in Kwara. Lagos BIZMAN accuses police of abducting fiancée, brothers demanding 3 million naira. And lastly, man arraigned for beating policeman, stealing 80,000 naira berets. Thank you for watching. For more updates on our YouTube, the handle of the YouTube channel is Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates of our broadcast. For more broadcasts too on Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advertisement for goods and services, coverage of event and function, the phone number streaming on your screen is the number to dial. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rebel on the Wall. Thank God it's Friday.